There's a hidden world inside every single one of us, an entire ecosystem that's teeming with life, and it has a massive impact on everything from our mood to how long we live. We're talking, of course, about the gut microbiome.
And when I say an ecosystem, I am not exaggerating. Your body is home to trillions, with a T, of these microscopic organisms, mostly bacteria, all living and working away inside your digestive tract.
And the scale of this is it's staggering. Get this, on a cell-by-cell level, you are more bacteria than you are human. Just let that sink in for a second. The number of microbial cells in your body is way bigger than the number of your own human cells. Kind of wild, right?
And this whole reality leads to a pretty mind-bending question from one of the top experts in the world. Who's really in charge here? Are we the hosts, or are we just the passengers? It really makes you think about the whole relationship we have with this inner world.
Okay, so to really understand this relationship, we first have to look at what this system actually does. It's so powerful and so complex that a lot of scientists have started calling it our second brain.
So here's the key. The gut microbiome isn't just sitting there. It's an active, bustling factory. And its workers, all those little microbes, take the food you eat and transform it into the fuel and the essential molecules your body absolutely needs to function.
And if you want to talk about power, just look at the genetics. You've got about 20,000 human genes, right? Well, your microbiome brings millions of microbial genes to the party that can influence them. And here's the real game changer. You can't change your human genes, but your microbiome, that's something you can absolutely change.
But this second brain isn't working in a silo. Nope. Turns out there's a direct communication highway, like a hotline, between your gut and your actual brain. And what scientists are discovering about this connection is pretty shocking.
This is one of those discoveries that just flips our understanding of the body on its head. For the longest time, we thought the brain was sealed off behind this impenetrable fortress called the blood-brain barrier. Well, it turns out that fortress might have a few doors. Scientists have now found the same kinds of bacteria from the gut inside the brains of perfectly healthy people. It's a direct physical link we never knew existed.
And this connection has a huge effect on how you feel every day. Take serotonin, for example. The happy neurotransmitter. Well, your body can't just make it out of thin air. It starts when you eat something with tryptophan, like eggs or turkey. But that's not enough. You need specific gut bacteria to do the conversion. Without those little guys, the factory is missing its key workers, and the whole process just stops.
Okay, so we know this inner ecosystem is super powerful. And that brings us to, well, probably the most important question. How do we actually take care of it? What can we do to help it thrive?
And look, I know it can feel a little overwhelming, but the good news is that most experts agree on a few core strategies. The things that give you the most bang for your buck. These are the big levers we can all pull.
And here they are. It really boils down to three main pillars. First, get enough fiber. That's the primary food for your good microbes. Second, increase the diversity of the foods you eat. This supports a diverse microbiome. And third, practice intermittent fasting, which gives your gut time to rest and repair. So let's take a quick look at why each of these is so powerful.
Let's kick things off with fiber, because the data here is just, wow. A massive meta-analysis, we're talking over 1 million people, found that for every 10-gram increase in daily fiber, there was a 10% reduction in the risk of death from any cause. That is a serious longevity hack, right there.
Now, when we talk about fiber, we're really talking about prebiotics. And it's really important to get the difference here. Think of it like this. Probiotics are the live bacteria themselves, like bringing new workers into your factory. But prebiotics, that's the food for the good bacteria you already have. And the research really suggests that feeding your existing crew with prebiotic fiber is often a much better strategy.
That second lever, food diversity, is crucial because different microbes like to eat different things. So the more variety you eat, the more diverse and resilient your little inner community becomes. As for that third one, fasting, it's not just about what you eat, but when you eat. Giving your digestive system a break lets the gut lining repair itself. This specifically helps boost crucial bacteria like Akkermansia, which are responsible for keeping that protective gut barrier strong.
So when you put all of this together, it's pretty obvious we are just scratching the surface here. We are truly standing at the dawn of a new frontier in how we understand human health.
And hey, that's not just my opinion. This quote from Dave Asprey just perfectly captures the excitement. He says, "This is the golden age of figuring out what's going on in the gut." And he's totally right.
We have technology now that lets us see into this inner world in ways that were just science fiction a few years ago.
But with all of that excitement, we also need a healthy dose of reality. Experts are urging caution because this science is incredibly complex, and honestly, it's still in its early days. As one expert, Dr. Lane Norton, put it, "Talk to me in 20 years." It's a great reminder that while we have the big levers, the really fine details are still being worked out.
So while the science keeps pushing forward, the fundamental power to make a change is already in your hands. You should think of yourself as the gardener of this complex internal world. Every meal you eat, every choice you make, is like planting a seed. So the only real question left is, what will you choose to grow?